Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Houston Outlaws. They have made some pretty big upgrades, I'll be honest. So let's get right into the squad. I'll first start off with the two players which they kept from last year, which was Dante and Piggy. It's crazy to me that Dante has been with the team since 2018, and I guess he's also like the face of the team. It's like how Super was the face of the Shock. It's kind of what Dante is now for the Houston Outlaws, or Space is the face of the LA Gladiators. They definitely want Dante, and I don't blame them because he's a fantastic player. So I'm not really surprised about that. The other one that they've kept from last year was Piggy. Piggy did really good as well on the off-tank role last year. I think he was definitely an underrated player. Um, he impressed me every time, so I'm really happy that they've kept those two players. For the former players, we need to go back. I think so. We got Hydration left mid. I think KSF as well. And then we got Django who retired. Juby, we don't know what he's going to be doing, but I think Juby did really good last year. Crimso has joined the Boston Uprising. Happy has joined the Washington Justice. Dreamer will be joining a new team, and Jake will be now going full-time assistant coach role for the Houston Outlaws. Let's now talk about their roster, their coach, and their coaches, and then I'll give them a ranking out of 10. So DPS is first. So they got Dante, but then they got a Pelican from the Atlanta Reign, and they also got Merit. I think Merit was this from Team CC, but I might be wrong. Nope, OT Blast. I apologize. He's from OT Blast. Um, this DPS duo is scary as hell. It definitely reminds me a lot of the Atlanta Reign. Oh, not the no, the LA Gladiators. Sorry, the LA Gladiators DPS lineup. I think those two teams, whenever they're gonna verse each other, that is definitely gonna be a must-watch because of these because of these two teams with their DPS lineups, is just crazy. It's crazy to see like that. This is the DPS lineup. So Dante's an absolute freak. Pelican, we've already seen him. He was absolutely cracked. And Merritt, obviously, formerly from the championship O2 Blast team. That's gonna be. I'm really excited about that. Their supports are also really good as well. I got Iris also from the Atlanta Reign, and Lastro from where the fuck was he? Where the fuck was Lastro? Did he even play? Oh, the Toronto Defiant. That's why I probably don't remember because he was in the frickin' Defiant. They like bad things about it, but I'll be honest, the Defiant was possibly literally the most forgettable team in the league, even though I did talk about them in my last video, but whatever. I think the only issue with this is that they don't have a main support. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think is both Iris and Lastro both flex support players? Someone needs to check on with that with me because I think they're both flex support players. I think. Are they? Yeah, they are both flex support players. So who the hell is going to be playing the main support then? Are they going to bring back Juby in? Like, what's going to like what's happening? What are they going to do? I'm so confused. Confusion. Whatever. But either way, I mean, those two are really good flexible players, especially Iris, I feel like definitely carried the Rain. Um, Last year, I think he did decently on the Defiant last year. I generally can't remember how. I mean, all I can remember is he's seen Logic, so that's why I can remember. Yeah, and also Hotbar, like Hotbar. Sada just drinking like a bottle of Coke, or like I say every time. That's what I can remember but from the Defiant last year, it's such a forgettable year for the Defiant. But either way, Lastro in Outlaws decent. Iris, I think he's going to play a lot more unless they are gambling for a double flex support meta. If so, I mean, they could be big brain if that's the case, but if not, then they're gonna look like dumbasses. They're gonna look like idiots. I'm sorry to say that. Their only tank player actually is is Piggy. That's the next one. Um, I think um, I think Piggy. He's a Piggy's really. I mean, just like I mentioned before, he's a really good flex tank, and I think he might be perfect here. It's just that the only issue is that they need another tank. I mean, I mentioned it in my in a couple of videos that they need probably two tanks. I mean, probably not, but I'm gonna mention it right now. They need two tanks. I feel like a team should have two tanks in the team, just in case so they can swap. I feel like only relying on one tank player, it's gonna be a bit a lot of pressure on them, and I feel like it's probably going to ruin them mentally and more in the more in the season. But I might be completely wrong with that. But that's just in my opinion, though. So that's the squad all done. So I move on to the coaches, and they only have three coaches. So they have head coach Junkbuck, which they got from the San Francisco Shock. So that's a big win for me. For the Outlaws, Jake, who's now is now in the assistant coach role, which I think definitely suits him a lot more than just being a player. I know I know he definitely did a really good job in last year. But um, but I mean, I think coaching those that I think for coaching for Jake, like I cannot speak. Coaching for Jake is an absolute perfect option for him. As for their other coach, I got Ho Chi Lee, which I mentioned like twice in well, I mentioned him too many times in my videos, which is fun. He has joined the Houston Outlaws as their assistant coach and analyst. I think this actually might also be really good um, for the Outlaws. I think this coaching lineup this whole coaching lineup is really good. So I have a lot of high hopes for this team. So let's now move on now to the ratings out of 10. So let's get my pen out. There we go. So DPS. This is gonna be a bit controversial, probably not, but that is a weird thickness. I don't want that thickness. There we go. 10 out of 10. I think the DPSs are absolutely 10 out of 10. They're just really good all around. I think there's a lot of flexibility as well in this DPS lineup. So I'm pretty high on them. I'll be honest. Maybe a bit higher than people should be, but I'm pretty high on them. I think this is not going to be a normal Houston Outlaws year. I think this is going to be a really good year for them. For the support, I think this is just going to be, as of right now, because I don't know if they've actually finalized the whole roster, because just like I said, they don't even have a main support. But I'm going to give them right now a 9. I think this is a 9 out of 10 for the supports. I think the flex support is really good. We just have to wait to see of who is going to be the main support, and if it is going to be one of them, then I'm just going to be sticking with a 9. Just going to be sticking with that. I think if they also add like a subpar main support or a really good main support, it really just depends on how the player is. For the tank, which is only Piggy, I think this is also another 9 for the tank. I think just like I said, Piggy is a really good tank player. It's just that if they add one more tank player, I think I'll be pretty happy with that. So that is all for the squad. So 10 DPS, 9 support, and 9 tank. For the coaches, my God, I didn't realize how many former people in the organization. Jesus Christ. For the coaches, I think this is. I think let's give them a solid 9 and a solid 9 for the coach. I'm very excited about this. Just like I've said, I think Junkbuck, formerly from the SF Shock, I think he's going to do really good. I think Jake he's going to fit really well in the assistant coach role, and Ho Chi Lee as also an analyst as well. That would definitely help them to improve in the future. So that is really about it for the Houston Outlaws. My dogs now started barking, which is fantastic. My God, you stupid dogs. The next one will be the Seoul Dynasty. That'll be the next team which I'll be reviewing. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys on next time in the next one. Goodbye.